Welcome to a very different, special, and the warm fire. That's definitely I have to
Yeah,
remember. That's gonna be
yeah, there
putting
you go.
that
Yep.
for like a fireplace
Oh,
kind of
that's
chart.
why I don't have a cold jacket on because
No,
it's so toasty warm in
yeah,
here with
yeah,
this
yeah.
warm fire. I really hope it gets added.
It will. I'm gonna actually do the welcome. I'm your host Teddy, and I've been joined again by, and who have I been joined with? I'll let you introduce yourself.
Gaz?
Oh man, you could have boasted
A
yourself.
man
Yeah,
who
yeah.
is sitting
Tell
here.
us, what do you see?
Oh, um, uh, 50% failure rate on our scenarios.
Yeah, we were just talking about that.
Yeah. So no, it's pretty cash. We didn't record the episode because Christmas busy stuff going on. But we wanted to send something out. We want to just keep releasing stuff, and there's a few things we wanted to talk about. But we thought we'd just do a bit more casual format
Yeah,
leading into it all, and it's actually game day today. So
in about an hour or two.
yeah, so we're pretty I don't know what.
Pumped,
Yeah, well, pumped, definitely pumped, like
not
excited.
angry.
But what's our level of optimism?
Well, we're gonna go back and do scenario zero so that we can get one on the winners list. No, no, no. We were just going through our options and what we plan to do. I think is play two today. And we're gonna play. Full disclosure, we're gonna probably go back to. I was about to say Frosthaven, Gloomhaven first.
We go all the way back to Frosthaven and just trying to nail one of
I
those
mean, the game is
scenarios.
easier, right? So we'll go back to Gloomhaven. We'll have another city event. We'll refresh and everything.
Mm.
And then we'll head out and probably do one of the other scenarios that we haven't seen yet.
Yeah, yeah, we'll do a new one.
And then we will go back to either scenario 4 or 7. And I'll record it, but what I'll do with that, I don't know yet.
Yeah.
And or we can also do the scenario that we just chose again.
Because we failed it the first time. Yeah,
Yes.
okay. So yeah, there's this weird like meta like maybe investigation thing going on. If you actually only see one episode and we don't talk about a second and we don't mention because we didn't have time, it's probably because we failed the first time. We just thought we'd give it another crack. But yeah, we it's one of those things we got to work out because we don't usually try to bang out 2 episodes because it's just a long day. But two, there's a lot of editing involved. But it might be a way that we can kind of keep up like and not fall behind in regards to scenarios.
Yeah.
I know people have said they wanted to say see us do 5, I think it was again, and even Black Barrow. There was a lot of conversation around. But just from an enjoyment perspective, like when we go through the setup and we have the opening room and we strategize and we open a room like, oh, that's in that room, there's like some kind of energy that comes with that.
Yeah.
When we know what it is from a getting it done perspective, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
But I just don't know how interesting it is to watch, right?
Yeah.
Because people be like, oh yeah, he knew that was going to happen. Oh, he knows that's going to. So it's more of like watching someone solve a Rubik's cube really quickly. Like, oh, that was nice.
Yeah.
But not them discover how to do it.
No, and you could see us also get 75% of the way through, I don't know, scenario 5, 4, the one that we failed, and be like, oh, they're 75% of the way through, but they're in a much better position, and well, I don't really need to watch anything else because they know what's in the last room, they know how it ends, that kind of thing.
Yeah. So, but the other thing as well is just, I mean, just from a drain perspective, like, most people don't record themselves playing the game and have some kind of energy. And we feel like we'll probably be able to have that energy for the first one. And the second one, if we do it not off camera, but we don't plan on doing something proper with it, it just makes it a bit easier to be like, well, we can
to concentrate on the game.
Yeah, just chill. Like, it's, yeah. So, yeah, that's the plan.
And hopefully not lose again.
Well, who knows, right? I was just working out. I think we've attempted 8 scenarios, excluding scenario 1. I was looking at our chart.
Yeah, why excluding scenario 1?
Because it's unlosable.
Is it?
Well, I think so.
Wasn't that tight?
No, I think it was tight until we realized that it wasn't. It was fine.
Oh, okay.
So we've done scenario 1, scenario 2. This is a good recap, right? Scenario 1, scenario 2, scenario 3, and scenario 5 we've completed.
Okay.
Okay. We've attempted 4 and 7.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
And we also lost number 2 the first time we went through.
That's probably one that I think makes the stats seem worse than they are. Because losing 2 out of 5 isn't too bad, but but there wasn't a losing video that went out, so maybe we'll look at the stats of the videos that go out. as a more positive way of looking at how our campaign is going.
Maybe. I don't know. We have to get Peregrine on it.
Maybe.
Yeah. I think we could do the math on this one. So
now, yeah, like I said, we're going to be playing about an hour's time. Now, Phil is going to be rocking up at some stage. You didn't lock the door, did you?
I didn't.
Oh, okay. So it'd be really funny because he'll just come in at some stage and
say something completely inappropriate.
Anyone have no idea that we're in the middle of recording. So on today's episode, we're just going to sort of chat our way through it. There is a recap coming, and I've had one submitted, which I'm very excited to read out. I have not read it over it yet, so I have no idea what's going to be involved in it. Just a bunch of failures from us. The other thing is we'll do an amDirt Diaries recap, and we'll probably spend a bit of time talking about this because I think this was a pretty pivotal scenario in our campaign from a loss point of view. And not that it felt bad, but it probably has ignited a bit of hunger and also bashing heads together of, come on guys, we're better than this. And what we could potentially do better. Just a bit of an in-house sort of strategy talk, really. And it's probably going to be a little bit more like towards the end of the last session when we sat there and we actually talked a fair bit about it, what we can probably do. And, there are a couple of things that people in our Discord have talked about, which are all fantastic points. And people are worried about, backseat gaming us or, criticizing it too much. But, I mean, we've been completely fine with it. Everyone's made valid points. And what's really cool is seeing conversation between, different ideas. Coming together and pointing out, oh yeah, I didn't think of that, that's a good, interesting kind of thing. And like, I'm sitting there nodding and then knowing that full well when push comes to shove, I'm going to forget all of that.
Oh, totally. And we're going to be like, should we open the door? Yeah, let's open the door. And everyone's like, no, we've been through this. Like, I feel like me with my kid, like, we've told you 3 times. Yeah, I 100% agree, and I think it's really tricky, and I love that people are discussing it, but also being cautious about how much they do and don't say. Like, we're more than happy for you to critique, throw out advice, and stuff like that for the games. I think maybe where we both steer clear a little bit away from stuff is like specific cards or do this, then do this, then do this. Like, it's okay to suggest, hey, this is a good card for dealing with what, or this works well with that. But when there becomes this, and no one's really done this, so I'm just saying maybe this is where it gets too far. Of like, oh, well, in this room, all 3 of you should use these 8 cards in the first 4 turns, or whatever the math works out to be. And then you can do all that. It's like that starts becoming a bit too much. Like, well, yeah, but like, because realistically, if the scouts in that first room just drew that reset card, they don't do anything. Well, that becomes a lot easier, right? So
1,000,000%.
So yeah, but I think after the episode went out in the morning, I got up, jumped on the computer and stuff like that, and just there was 60 messages and stuff like that. And I can't really reply to that because I'm replying to things that people said like 6 hours ago, and it just feels weird with
I'm usually awake whenever a video goes up. I'm usually awake because I'm waiting a couple of hours for someone to be like, Daddy, half the video is missing. And I just go, oh my God. So I'm sitting there anxiously just, and I check these things and I'm checking to hear if the audio is fine and all of that. But, sometimes when you're really tired and you're getting everything up and you're waiting for processing, and YouTube's got its own thing where it just sits there and goes, hey, we're processing. We don't know how long it's going to take, but we'll get back to you. And I'm like, cool. So I don't know, what they're going to do to it. But yeah, I'm up there, I'm seeing the conversations happening, I'm replying to what I can, and I'm also waiting for the like, oh, you missed some giant ass rule in the first room that's going to book the whole thing. So it's a very anxious couple of hours for me.
It is. Well, the whole thing is really anxious, right? Like, we play and we get through a scenario and go like, especially now with the mushroom and all these things, like, I think that was fine, but I thought the other one was fine that I did. It's like, so yeah, there is a lot of anxiety around like, hope I didn't do the wrong thing.
The feeling of fine is no longer around. It'll take a few scenarios to come back. But yeah, that feeling, because I mean, we didn't really experience much of that in Crimson Scales. We had the occasional, this person's not using their perk properly or, something like that, but not to some of the catastrophic, mistakes that we've had playing this so far. So, give it a couple more, and I think we'll be back on that felt right.
That felt right.
Yeah,
that was completely
still
wrong,
got balls, but it felt right.
It's funny, and I think I mentioned this on the pod a few weeks ago, but like, how many fundamental errors do you think we made in Frosthaven scenarios that had substantially more rules, right, to the scenarios? They were way more rules heavy, way more purple box heavy than what we've encountered so far. in this and Crimson Scales,
Mm.
the chance that we didn't drastically stuff up several of those scenarios without actually knowing it is very low, right?
I agree. I think that, I mean, there were situations where if a rule was messed up, we did our best also to backtrack it as much as we could. It wasn't a blasé kind of thing. Look, Crimson Scales and Frosthaven, don't forget we had a fourth person. So there was always that, it increases the chance of discovering a slight mess up just slightly more.
True.
Right?
Yeah.
Because occasionally Mark is the one that's like, don't forget they got a shield. And the three of us like, there's always, like, all of us are looking out for it. And sometimes when something is spotted, it's only one person that spots it. So
more eyes
yeah.
on it.
Yeah, more eyes on it.
Yeah, interesting.
I mean, now we've got so many eyes on
it. Do we want to talk about the scenario? I mean, you can't see, I'm not sure what will end up on the camera, but like it's sitting in front of us. And when I came here and sat down and we were just chatting about random stuff, I was like, ugh.
Yeah, I turned off all the equipment and I just left. I left it here exactly the way it is. I wonder whether or not actually... Oh, no, it's not. The other camera's not on.
Yeah. So it's like a little bit of, I don't know, like trauma.
Yeah.
It's just like, hey, here's this thing that you did not finish.
Very quickly.
Yeah.
Where are we at? We're at 15. Do you want to very quickly...
I'll read the event?
Well, it was your event.
Yeah.
And, I don't know what I've done with it. I had them right here.
Here? These ones?
Yeah.
Cool.
The city event, I think it was. Because you found it very interesting and I had no idea what was happening.
Yeah. So, City Event 12, okay, and I'm not going to read it out because it was read out on the... Yeah. I don't know how to talk about this one. I mean, I guess I can because we're assuming spoilers, people will skip forward now, right? So I can say whatever I want.
Oh, yeah. Well, a spoiler alert for if you missed out on the Road and City event from our thingy.
Playthrough or you're skipping, yeah. So
we'll talk about 5 minutes.
Yeah. So this is the one where basically you're drunk because of the machine that the Quattrel makes, right?
Oh, that makes sense now. Right, because they were talking about this is something that can give you these feelings without the use of alcohol or anything like that.
Yeah. So that's the Marvel, using the extractive science, can influence the feeling of drunkenness without a sip of alcohol or inhalation of smokes of any kind. Tend a bar without spirits, enliven a party without consequence, etc.
Yeah, okay.
So basically, I've made a machine that makes you drunk, but you don't have to get drunk.
Yeah.
And then they flip it on, and then it... This is the funny, because I watched the playthrough again just last night. And so with that, she reaches and throws out the brass handle of the contraption, and the box gets noisy. The box is noisy. Brr, brr, it's noisy. The box. You hear the box, and it's noisy, and you feel noisy. And then the rest of the text is upside down, including the responses. Did the street get noisy to you? It feels noisy. Brr, is that kind of sound? It's like that, brr. It's like, it's fun to brr. Oh no, that's not right. So
I would have enjoyed that a lot more if I had pieced that together. Because I was so confused by it. And when you were repeating the box's noise in that, I'm like, I have no idea what's going on right now.
Yeah. I suppose it's hard sometimes as well. Maybe I probably needed to read it and reset it again because I was trying to figure it out as I was going. And
yeah, I can see that.
Sometimes there's a little bit as well where we throw in our own little jokes and you don't know which is a joke and which is not a joke. So yeah, maybe that's a lesson. It's just to read the card out as it is. And then if we need to reread it, we can kind of go through that.
Yeah, okay.
But then we had the options, and it was like option C, the first one.
Yeah, because it's upside down.
Yeah, throw up.
Is he drunk?
Yeah, that's it. Exactly. Option B, throw the lever up. Option A, throw the lever down. So we're trying to all work out which way we should throw the lever and blah, blah, blah. And we went with
Wasn't one of them vomit?
But the first one, throw up. Option C, throw up. Yeah. So we ended up going with B, which ended up we pushed the lever the wrong way. We turned it up to 11 rather than down to 0, and we all got muddled. But
which was a pretty significant muddle.
It was, because it was a very hard first room. Yeah, there wasn't a like rest room, do nothing. So, it was interesting. Look, again, from an interesting perspective, interesting event side of things, and doing different things, making. I think this is brilliant.
Yeah.
Absolutely brilliant. It's a little bit confusing, but I mean, most people aren't reading it out in their group on camera, trying to make it all work, right? Like you just sit there and work it out and read it properly and be like, oh, that's what this is. Let's do it.
Of course.
So this is the kind of events that I think are great, but they couldn't all be like this, right? They can't all be, not obviously not the drunk ones, but you know what I mean? They can't all be
Yes.
wacky. Like I get more now why, and I'd love to talk to Alexander and the team about this, right? Like really, what's their method around creating this? Like if there's 100 events in there, like how many can be wacky, right? Like is there, if they like really only one in 5, 1 in 10 are just like balls to the wall like crazy? Because if you do the like that all the time, well, it just becomes a circus. And this is a circus one, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah, I do like the interactivity between well, obviously the fact that it's upside down and it causes the head scratching because your teammates are literally going to look at you like, are you okay? You know, and you're like, dude, you know, and it's like, it's just a card, just read it. It's the same as we've always had. But yeah, no, I'd love to talk to him as well and work out how many of them are meant to be interactive, right? We've had the ones where it's like, I think it was in Frosthaven where there was a picture of a herb and it was kind of like a rough sketch of what it looked like and then talk amongst yourselves to guess it. Or there's the maze one where you can, you know, choose, you know, those kind of ones. I think, yeah, it's like how far can the team keep pushing these events to being not just read a bit, pick A or B.
Well, that's the thing, because this one here, right? If this was just, hey, a Quattrel's made a machine, it can make everyone drunk, he flips the thing and everybody goes crazy and it's making lots of noise, what do you do? And your options were A, flip the lever up, B, flip the lever down, C, throw up. And that was it. And it was just all written like that. This one is way, way less memorable and way less interesting. But I think like that effort to go in to make it, okay, well, that's a pretty basic concept of person made machine is malfunctioning, help out, right? But then to add the fact that you as players playing the characters are disorientated and can't really figure out what's going on. I love that like extra level of detail they've gone to, because it's yeah, it's cool. It's like, again, I'll remember this one likely, and we should probably do a top 10 event type thing. No,
I'd love to.
Yeah, like, but things like this really would stick out because it's like again, taking something simple idea and making the event stand out a little bit more.
Correct, but it also has us looking forward to more events.
Totally.
Right? There's nothing worse than, I think it was like at some stages in the original first edition, you go back and you got to do a city event. Maybe you're cycling the same 7 city events, which, you know, may not have the most interesting choices or, you know, that kind of thing. But every single one so far, this has been really interesting.
And I think they've been a lot harder to game as well, because I know that kind of in the first edition, it was a lot more of like, oh, do we want rep or do we want money? Like, it was kind of a little bit more like you
stand on the fire, don't stand on the fire.
Yeah, exactly. Whereas these ones have been save the dude or murder the dude, right? And like they're very different. They're not which makes
save
it easy.
Or leave.
Yeah, correct. Do nothing or do a good thing. And it's like, I feel like the events have been a lot more, you have to interact with this, which has been good. So, yeah.
I remember the road event. I can't remember it, but I think it was nothing. Was it a physical?
A lurker.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, road event number 2.
That's all right.
Yeah, it was all right. It's fine.
Still covering there?
Oh, we found a lurker and we had to either save it or not save it.
Oh, that's right.
So...
yes, so this week, Peregrine, our stats man, provided our recap.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Which should be really cool.
Yeah.
So we'll go through this. This was Scenario 7, this was the Black Barrow, and it had stuff in it, and I'm not doing a regular recap. I mean, the regular setup, because, I mean, we've already done that. So, according to Peregrine, this is what he saw. After a short holiday hiatus, our fearless party dove back into the fray. Jexera sends them to a hideaway to look for stolen goods. Prior to leaving town, they meet an experimental machine from a street vendor. So there's still slight spoilers for an event, for a city event and road event in this. It had a noisy, or were they noisy? Okay, intoxicating effect. The group decided that a big, or was it British, group of choices, the correct decision.
Do you get that?
No.
The British Broadcasting.
Oh, nice. They stumbled or fumbled their way towards the next adventure. Along the path, they found a crab snared in a trap. In their inebriated state, decided, I bet I can free it before you. They successfully free it from the trap, and using their nimbleness to escape with only minor damage. They finally make it to the hideaway. They might have still been inebriated when selecting their battle goals, as the support needed to kill, the looter needed no coins, and the melee DPS needed to move slow. The opening room started the party outnumbered 7-3. Although the party was planning to prevent monster movement, the scouts took training from archers and ranged multi-attacked. Daddy lands triangle of large damage. The three members teaming up only managed to remove one enemy, but their health was waning fast after taking 10 attacks in the first room. Wow, when you put it like that,
That's insane.
that's brutal.
Like we're real squishy.
Yeah. I mean, and this guy knows the stats. He knows how many times we got attacked. Daddy stuns 3 next round, attempting to limit the number of attacks. Daddy wants to suck his potion early, but being the good support asks who wants to suck first. They decide not to, and do even more stunning the next round, leaving only one not stunned. The one not stunned pulls the null, and the party get a small breather. Gaz, jumping from the shadows, rolls into a +2, assassinating the elite. That was really good, actually. Remember that. Daddy continues to pump health into allies, keeping them alive. Gaz and Daddy form a muddle sandwich and save 5 extra damage. I mean, that's handy to know. Daddy realizes he is passively working on his mastery due to the amount of healing needed. With a chance to kill the last scout in room 1, Phil draws his second null of the campaign. It is an ominous sign. Is it an ominous sign for the rounds to come? They decided to open the door with under 40% of total health as the concerned faces crosses the long-resting Daddy. The monsters counter perfectly with a full room range attack by the archers. This causes a pause by the party to avoid being targeted, but the room converts to an Indiana Jones Last Crusade as traps litter the floor, narrowing the viable spaces to stand on. Daddy, dreaming of all the damage he could have caused pulling them through the traps, realized he left his hook gun at home. The scouts take the initiative, critting Phil, causing him to lose a card. Phil, targeting the elite scout prior to long resting invisible, draws a curse, his second miss in a span of 3 draws. Daddy's innocuous placement of a poison trap becomes obnoxious as Gaz is unable to avoid damage and get a benefit from Daddy. See, I wouldn't have said that in my recap. Just some feedback there. As the enemies conga line down between traps, the team wishes they had a railgun or even a big schlong. Daddy leather armors, reducing damage only to be hammered with a crit on the second attack. Phil uses hidden daggers, falls 1 short of eliminating the first elite, and proceeds to waste a +2 on the last health of the elite. The normal absorbs the last 2 daggers, but stays standing. The scouts move away, shooting with their bows. The perfect parry to Gaz's rats, plus melee attack combo. Gaz puts the pressure on Phil to draw his lost card for his short rest. Phil, with much pleading, says he doesn't want the pressure. His intuition was right, as Phil's poor luck continues, pulling the 1 card of 6 Gaz couldn't afford to lose. He might be traumatized forever. Gaz and Daddy get the initiative correct order by 3 to keep the 1 health Gaz alive. The archers, with a perfect battle plan, immobilize Phil, causing another wasted turn. Round 12 down, but only 6 cards left for each hero and a whole room left to go. They cling to a small amount of hope. The last scout stares off into the sunset. No range, no move, just resting. Daddy, almost dead, goes out in a blaze of glory. Hands Phil back his discard, crits on a crank bow, and sacrifices himself for the first skeleton's 3 attacks. It would fall just short as the second skeleton runs uninhibited into a trap and swings 3 times into Phil, causing him to lose 2 cards. With only enough stamina for 1 turn, leaves Gaz for his second week to fight alone. The archer immobilizes Gaz, the last of the optimal plays by the monsters, causing another wasted turn. He attempts to scurry in, falls 1 short step of coin, makes a last-ditch effort from the shadows to attack the skeleton, but revealing himself becomes a pincushion for archers. The party must sulk back to town. No treasure, no new shiny robot deployed, and no victory. That was so good.
That's very good.
Really, really well done.
I love that.
Well recapped.
Yeah, well, again, it's right in front of us, like the remnants of the board here. And so as you were reading that out, I was like, just remembering.
You can picture stop motion.
Yeah, exactly. Like the little ghost, like the. So it was that was good, and I love the occasional stats thrown in there that we obviously would have known. So if maybe we had a stats person to pop up when we're about to open up, like your current total health is less than 40% of your max.
There's a 27% chance that you guys are about to get owned right now. If you wait around, it goes up to 35%.
That's what we need. So no, that was really good. Thank you again.
Keep doing it. Like, keep doing them stats, and yeah, you're doing great. Love you.
So for people who want to send in a recap, what should they do?
Message me first. If you want to, if you ever want to recap an episode, it's like a first in, first best thing. So you're messaging me to basically, what do you call it? Save.
Lock your spot.
Lock your slot, basically. So that not everyone, because going through and writing one of these obviously takes a bit of time. You need to, sometimes people want to watch it again just to, get certain details and that kind of thing. I don't want someone to then go through all of that only to then submit it to me. And I'm like, I've already received 3.
Yeah.
Or anything like that. So just let me know. Just say, hey, you can do it in weeks in advance and be like, you know what, when you do scenario 9, I want to recap that or something like that. I'll keep a note of them somewhere. But yeah, just to avoid it. And if there's no submissions on any given week, then I'll jump into it.
And if people, like, you get multiple people like, hey, I want to do it next week, we can say like, hey, well, we got someone for this week, but do the following week, and then again they're locked in. So it just kind of creates a bit of a system to it, so we don't have people wasting their time. Because the thing is, like, I'm sure they're all good, but we can't really read out 2 or 3 in a thing because it gets a bit long.
It does.
And we want people to be able to just be like, have their input, because I think it's great.
Yeah,
it's really cool seeing it from a more neutral perspective.
Yeah.
And picking up on things that, we don't.
It's a bit weird hearing things that I did wrong in a recap, but that's okay.
So,
Black Barrow. So this is like the third time, the third remastered edition of it. What were your thoughts?
Like really, really hard. Like, and I don't know how much is that party composition. I don't know how much is us being bad. Although I think we did an amazing job with the first room until we opened the door.
I think with certain difficulties, this is +1, so scenario level 3, which, is +1 from our group. I think that we're allowed a little bit of, at that difficulty, there's probably still room because we can pass a lot of scenarios on +1, making quite a few mistakes, right? There's like X amount of leniency towards mistakes, but also some of them will be scaled slightly harder than others, and I think this is one of them.
Yeah.
So even though we didn't execute the first room flawlessly, right, there's probably other ways we could have done it to eliminate more things and all of that. Like you said, I think we did quite well with what we had. There was just, we just opened the door and it fell apart.
A lot, yeah. And it's funny because, oh no, I didn't lock the door.
Oh. How did that even happen? Thank you, sir. Come in, have a seat.
Hello, pull up a pew. Oh, no, making a mess already.
Been on beers already.
You have been.
Welcome, Phil.
Welcome, Phil.
Welcome.
We're live.
Oh, we are recording now.
Oh.
It's like a special fun, chill Christmas episode of the pod.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so don't panic and don't say anything too inappropriate.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Half your vocabulary has been banned right now.
Yeah.
No, we're just talking about and like you don't have to say anything if you don't want to. I've been watching way too many cop shows. But we're recapping scenario 7 last week's at the moment, talking about, kind of what happened and all that kind of stuff.
the epic fail.
The epic fail.
I think it really was, out of the 3 that we failed, the one that we failed the worst. Like, because number 2, we got close. Number 4, 5, I think it was, yeah?
4.
4.
So we got the chest.
We got close. Yes, exactly. We got, and like in 4, we definitely, I think, were able to see some clear what we did wrong. Like we, opening that door and not really doing anything with the wind demon. Some decisions toward the end, blah blah. Like, there was like clear things were like, okay, this really stuffed us up. This one, I think, was less clear. Like, obviously, there's we opened the door at the wrong time, but there's also the world where we wait a turn, we open the door, and exactly the same things draw, and then we still have to react to three scouts doing a move 2, attack, range 3, wound, whatever it is, and then the archers just throwing traps down and shooting us. Like that, we're still going to have to deal with that. So it was just less clear as to like what. Oh, we just got to do this better.
Yeah.
Right.
Something I was thinking about just then was how much is the confidence of opening the door if this was a completely fresh scenario? Like, how much of it is because we're familiar with it and we kind of can game it to a degree of, because I remember you saying archers out the back, scouts in the middle. And I was like, yeah, and look, 2 traps will be near the door because it's Black Barret, right? This is the signature thing. So just knowing that and knowing that there's probably no special rule of there's a dude at the back with 2 health that needs to be, you know, that kind of thing played into a door breaching situation where we may normally have held back just slightly because of the unknown.
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to tell. I think, yeah, we did feel overconfident because we thought we knew the layout. As people pointed out, and I think we noticed during the playthrough, as soon as we opened, we're like, we knew that we're going to do that because the last one that was still alive in the last room did that, right? Yeah. So that was stupid. That's just an oversight and a mistake. And yeah.
There's a lot of hit points in this thing that we have to chew through, though. That was a surprise to me when we worked out how much hit points are on there that we have to get out.
Yeah, I think that's another good point as well. And it's an interesting one for our party because we don't really have anybody who's there that can just be like, hey, don't worry, I can take some hits for
even just
a round.
Like a cold turn of just tanking, right, where everyone else can just do DPS.
Yeah.
All sort of dancing around taking hits.
Yeah, so
I do wonder how much of it is going to come down to also, we saw conversation, we didn't know the full deck of what the scouts can do, right? Scouts are different to bandit guards. So bandit guards, I think it's an interesting change to, you know, what we would be, I guess, first edition people might be used to.
Oh, so in the original first edition one, they're bandit guards.
I don't believe bandit scouts exist. So I could be completely wrong.
No, that makes a lot more sense because I did think that they were a lot more move and attacky. Like this
because bandit guards used to have shield. So
but they've got retaliate now, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which I'm not too sure what's
But scouts have the shield now. The elites have a shield.
Oh, they do have a shield.
Yeah.
Yes, okay. Because I was thinking maybe we were looking at the what do you call it? The Inox. The Inox had the retaliate. So I've got it up right now. This is the guards from first edition. And they've got shield 1, so yeah, 6-9, and current we got 6-8. This is at scenario level 1. I'm just quickly bringing them up on. Actually, maybe I'll set them to. I'll set it to scenario 3.
Is it all playing on?
Yeah, but I haven't added the party, so I just want to set this scenario automatic. There we go. All right, cool. So 9-10. All right, this is first edition.
Yep.
And then if we go down here, I think it'll be a similar kind of situation, except I can't work out how to do it here. And then, so according to their cards, move attack, move attack, move attack, move ranged attack. So that's 1. Move attack, strengthen. Shield retaliate.
So rest card.
Yeah. Another move attack. And then a shield attack, which is also a reset
with no
movement.
So both their rest cards are their reset cards in first edition, but they also only have 1 range attack.
Yes, do they only have 1? Oh, they do.
Yeah.
1. Yeah. Okay.
And that's compared to from what everyone was saying.
So right now,
with the bandits,
with the
scouts,
the bandit scouts, they've got move, ranged attack with poison, move attack with poison. So that's the one that went at 92 that we didn't see until later on.
Okay. Yeah.
So that would be a rest card. You know, so right now there's already 1 ranged attack. They've got a move attack. They've got the move jump loot.
Which we never saw.
We never saw. There's a reset card. So the other reset card is the move attack with wound.
Wow.
Which we saw heaps.
Yeah, okay.
So every time they reset was because of that. I don't even know whether or not they double resetted or not. They've got an attack at range 4, targeting 2, so that's no move on that one, but pretty big range. But it's also a relatively, maybe a smaller attack. A move attack, and then the other move the move range, etc. So according to a lot of people, we got screwed on the RNG. Which totally, and weirdly, I think we complain about that with cultists on the one of the cultist levels with, oh my god, and the skeletons doing their shield and healing. It's like, are you serious? I didn't feel the RNG as bad this time because I didn't know what was in their deck. Right? If I had known what was in there, like, I don't know if that makes it like, oh, watch out because they can hit us from everywhere. It may change the first card I use because they got 3 ranged attacks. So I'm not going to necessarily immobilize 2 scouts. But other than that, like, I would look at it and go, wow, they haven't pulled either of their standing still cards and they haven't pulled their loot.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's a good point because if that room, if we were going to a room and there was 2 triangles of archers in the corners and we were in a room the same size, well, because I also chose an immobilized card. I was like, so there's no way I would do it because it doesn't make any sense. Because it's like they're going to hit us.
Yes.
Right? Knowing that they have a really good chance of either A, during a range attack, or B, during attack where they don't move, right? Or their rest card. Like, there's actually... Immobilized is terrible against them. They've got like 2 cards out of the 6 that it matters for. So that's not a good anti-threat.
No, it is a pretty swingy turn. Because there's 2 scouts in the corners. Yeah. So they're involved. Each corner has 2 scouts that will be included in the triangle. So if I pick the immobilize, that's good if they can't move and they're doing a move attack. But like we just discovered, they've got a few cards that kind of counter that, whereas the guards wouldn't have before. I think some of the conversation was around Net Shooter versus Ink Bomb. Ink Bomb does slightly more damage, but it models all 3. So that's great because I'll be doing slightly more damage and they will then be muddled.
Yeah.
But if they were immobilized, they will do no damage. If they were muddled, they will do reduced damage. And it's a coin flip, right?
Yeah.
There's the odds thing in there, which, kind of adds to the 2-button meme one. So I'm sitting there like, which one do I choose?
Well, I mean, that's it.
Not that either was wrong or I'm looking at it like it was wrong.
Yeah, but that's the thing, right? Like, if in that first turn they had done one of their move and attacks and you have chosen an immobilized 3 and I do an immobilized 1 on the other side, well, we've just stopped all of them advancing on us, basically. And now we go, well, easy mode first turn, right? But because it was the other way they do it on ranged attacks, it didn't make a difference. So... yeah, it is. It is easy to work out the cards, and I think there were some comments in the Discord as well around using, like, say, the pool cards or the force movement cards a lot more for the second room we have where the traps are. And I agree. We were all like, damn it, I wish we had more of those. And I think I'd burnt one of mine early on that would have been helpful. But at the same point, is like if we were to both have included 2 different cards, well, then we have to take out 2 different cards. And we only just scraped by that first room without actually losing anything. So what do we lose out of that first room to make the second room better, where maybe then we had to burn an extra card from down? It just becomes this what if. And I think all the comments were valid, but yeah, looking at how we were going to manage it, it's like, I just have to kind of guess.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. But there's another world where we literally are playing this in a couple of hours' time. We're ready to go in that second room and they never pull the trap thing. They just pull their ranged blah bam 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 kind of thing. So and all of a sudden we're like, well, these cards are really useless.
Yeah,
because Hawkeye does next to no damage, and what's the point of pulling them? I'm not pulling them close to us. So yeah, hindsight's a thing as well, but. Yeah, this more so than Scenario 4, I would want to try again, just because of the brutality of it, especially that first room.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting because, like, I always think about RNG and our experience we had with was it 22, the wave thrower? Yeah. So there's a scenario in Frosthaven. If you haven't listened to our pod through the way through, but basically we did it. And there's a monster in that scenario which can summon. I think it's maybe got like 4 out of its 8 cards summoned.
No, 2, but they're both resets.
Okay, 2 out of its 8 cards, right? And the problem is that in this particular scenario, as they summon, it also moves you closer to your lost condition and also spawning more monsters. So it's like a really bad thing if they keep drawing this card. I'm pretty sure they drew it like 8 out of the first 10 rounds in a row or something ridiculous like that. And we were just like, this is almost impossible. And then we tried it again, and I think they drew it like once or twice by the end of the scenario, which was like 20 rounds. And so we got 2 extreme RNGs there. One of them was borderline impossible, right? Especially not knowing what to think about. And the other one was like, this scenario was barely registered as a challenge because they didn't. So whenever I always think of those being the extremes and work out, say, for example, this one, where on that scale did we land, right? It definitely wasn't down the easy mode side, but like if the extreme wave thrower summoning and the not summoning type thing is a 10 and a 1, right? Was this like a 6? Right, or a 7, or that kind of thing. So
there is a world where this is trivial because of the scouts, like just standing still, swinging, doing their loot follow up, and then standing still, swinging while the archers are dying, and then we're just like, oh lol, this is easy.
Yeah,
right.
That's what I mean. So yeah, but down that would be down the one end of scale thing, right? If we had that first room and they did their standstill hit. And then they did their loot move, right? And then maybe just did something else. By that stage, we probably killed half of them, and so therefore it doesn't matter.
Oh, for RNG, crap in the first room, easy an 8 or a 9. Right?
yeah.
That's where it was at.
But we didn't know.
No,
until afterwards.
Yeah, it's true. At one point,
I just thought it was normal.
Well, that's the thing. A part of me was just like, I don't know if we're supposed to be getting booked this hard. Have I put too many standees on the board or whatever?
Yeah.
But yeah, then it makes you question so much about the game, and you could have endless arguments and conversations with people on the internet about this. It's like, is it the lineup? Is it something that kind of thing? Is it these characters can't do it? You have other people that are like, no, you can do it at +4. Easy, that kind of thing. This game is fantastic because it makes you make it what your group can make it, really.
And it's again, you talk about makeup. If we say if I was playing Spellweaver and you're on Tinkerer, right? Between the three of us, right, we probably have the ability to delete 2 or 3 models in that first turn just pure damage, which suddenly then makes the whole thing easier. So a lineup is an interesting thing because I don't think it's just that we're squishy. I think it's just like there would probably be a combination of characters that would be able to be like, we'll just focus nuke this area and it's dead, and then we'll CC that side and it's fine, and then you should work through it. But this is our challenge. This is our puzzle to solve. So yeah.
Was there any
thoughts?
Yeah, anything?
No,
that's fair.
Good. That's why we're bringing him along.
Yeah, special comments. The last thing I want to probably do before, I guess, we'll start our gaming session. Do you have anything fresh in the diaries?
I think I need to not try to do my mastery.
Why? Well, I was fine doing mine.
Yeah. I think you were doing well with yours. Just to it's hard because I don't know how hard the scenarios are going to be.
It's too restrictive because it's based on augment cards, and therefore, if anything goes wrong, it really, really messes you up.
A little bit, yeah. I think also because of it, I'm being forced to bring the rat because I need to bring the rat to trigger one of the augments, and so therefore, I probably maybe wouldn't have brought the rat in this one, not because I don't think it was a good scenario for it, but I'm just trying to play around some different cards.
Yeah.
So I need to maybe just drop that one for a bit and just ignore it and just see, because there are some other cards. People are like, well, what about this card? What about this card? I'm like, yeah, well, and I talked about this last week. If I bring feedback loop, right? I think that's it. The card. I have to bring the rat. So that's 2 out of my 10 cards I have to bring, which it doesn't sound like a lot, but like that's probably the flex spot, which means I'm not really flexing with anything else. So, which means I have less ice spenders, and I have my move and heal card I don't have. So there's like a whole bunch of, like kind of roll-on effects that I don't have. Another one of the control cards.
Yeah, okay.
Things like that.
Don't do your mastery.
That's what I mean, right? But I looked at it.
What's the other one?
What's the other one? The mastery.
Yeah.
Oh, kill things with control abilities.
Well, do that.
Yeah,
that sounds like something you want to do.
I said. Well, the thing is that I didn't.
You could have completed that one.
I didn't have a lot of good control things because I look at the monsters, and if they've got good innates, then I'm like, well, that's a good one for the control, like lots of skeletons and stuff. But looking at this is like, there's not going to be things with like.
But even things that hit hard.
But no, I don't get to hit hard with them.
Oh,
I just get to make them do that. But if they've got poison or wound or muddle or something like that, it's good.
Yeah,
so I look at the monster. Yeah. So I look at that going like, well, how can I maximize?
Well, it doesn't move them either.
Some of them do, some of them don't. Like the new one I've got does. But yeah. So that's it. I need to maybe focus a bit more on that. But other than that, no, still going well. I think still doing all right, still figuring it out.
Yeah, okay. You got to Brain Leech as well, right?
Yes, I did get Brain Leech.
Good card.
I only got to use it a couple of times and I got burnt through a rest.
Yeah.
But yeah. Yeah, I think it should be good. It's got an ice spender on it as well, this is the other problem, is because I'm taking the extra 2 cards. I'm not bringing an extra card to generate. I only got 1 card to generate ice. So this is that thing. It's like, well,
do you want me to get that perk?
No, I'm not making you get something to make my.
Why? He uses me all the time.
I know, and it sounds disgusting. Yeah, I know. No, I just, this is what I mean. I just need to play around with my cards because like I have the ability to generate ice, and I can probably make use of it, and that just might make all of the cards I play just like some of them a little bit more efficient. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay. At least you got to use your new card. I mean, I technically did. I used it for the initiative and the movement and the shield.
I think, what did Dwarf say? You just wanted it for the bottom?
I just wanted it because it was a younger model. But yeah, Tiny, who have named my contraption, and actually Gaz has given me a new printed mini that I'll put on the board. I'll do it for the playthrough. It'll be revealed if I bring... Then again, Dwarf and Tiny can both chill at home if I don't think that they're worth bringing. But no, looking forward to playing around with Dangerous Contraption. I was actually considering last week after the session, I'm like, oh, I should have done this, I do that a lot, and I assume you do that too on the way home. Phil probably doesn't at all. Like, I've played perfectly. What the hell are these 2 idiots doing?
Me down, these 2.
But I was like, is there a world where I can play Zoo?
Yeah, 100%. It seems like
it does seem that way, right?
Yeah.
So part of me is like, I maybe want to lean into that just so that even if things die, what I want is like a card that soul tethers the 2, so that if one takes damage, I can split it. That'll be cool.
I mean, the thing is as well you've got though is you generally go pretty late, meaning that if you have a thing on the front line, one of us is probably on the front line, so we're probably getting hit instead of it. So there's a chance that those don't always get targeted first.
That perk of yours may also be handy for that kind of lineup.
Potentially, yeah.
Because then you can stay in the front and not really be targeted.
Well, that's why I haven't gotten it, because I was like, well, if I'm not getting hit, it's probably him.
Is it a May thing? Can you just trigger it when you want?
You are considered to be last in initiative order when determining.
Oh, you can't even turn it off.
Nah, just always flees.
Wow.
Yeah,
okay. Other than that, no, I'm still practicing the art of triage.
Level 8?
No, I'm almost level 5 though, so one more scenario and I should be level 5. And what are the level 5 cards?
Some would consider they're class defining.
Class defining, that's right.
Yeah.
So they're the ones that completely shape how a class is supposed to be played.
Yeah.
And they're usually the best cards until level 6.
Just building it up. Yeah.
So yeah, we will wrap up our fun little Christmas. Well,
there's going to be a fire here as well, by the way. There's going to be a fire, yeah.
Yeah, you walked past it. You almost burnt yourself.
Did you? Yeah.
You walked through
it. Yeah. We're hoping that if I turn up the heat enough, everyone gets too hot.
Okay. Well, look, happy holidays to everybody. Thanks so much for the year, for the support, for everyone getting involved. It's always been amazing, and we love it. It's again, we were going to do this anyway, but the fact that people are actually watching it makes it more interesting to do, and we do love that. So thank you, everyone.
It's a big part of us getting together and playing. It's also like knowing that we have people out there who support us and enjoy what we do. It's just adds to the enjoyment. Right, we're not sitting here making videos of things that we just don't like, just because, we can get 10 clicks.
Yeah, there's funny people out there too watching us stuff.
There are some very funny people, yeah.
It's a giggle, to be honest.
It is. Reading the comments and the commentary, like, especially that there is, it does make me, I get to extend the enjoyment anytime we do a scenario, because we get to do it, and then we get to release it, and then people watch it and comment and funny and all these different things, and they get to relive it, so I get to kind of relive it through them, and then we do the podcast. So we're actually getting like 3 times the amount of enjoyment out of every scenario of Gloomhaven than anyone else does.
So what you're saying was we're making content that we're enjoying, like watching.
Well, I have to watch what the playthrough so I can see what special effects they added to it. It certainly does. So
yeah. No, I love that. All right, well, thank you again. Happy holidays, and we'll see you all next year. Well, and also this week because the playthrough.
Because we're going to play soon.
All right, bye.
Bye.